All right, good morning. Friday, February 21st. Closing out the shortened trading week here. Monday was a market holiday. And so this morning, let's kind of break down what we're dealing with here, the structure at play. I talked about it, did a whole write up on this structure in the pre-market prep notes. So if you haven't checked that out, recommend taking a look. But essentially, what we had here was a failed breakdown during yesterday's session. If you've been following along for the duration of this week, we've been looking at 22 100 by 22 300 as the sort of near term tight range that price has been trading within. Yesterday, we see potential breakdown right through there, and price trades into 21,970. Now remember, that was the prior near term range high right through here. Right. So a retest of the structure. Buyers step in. You have sellers trying to defend. 22 100 again there during the afternoon sesh, kind of that late morning session. Right. They're trying to defend, trying to defend. Eventually, price resolves higher. That's likely a backdrop of that intermediate term bullishness that we've been seeing. And so this morning, we see that little bit of continuation during that overnight session. Failed breakdown, right? There's going to be your higher time frame spring sort of setup there. And NQ is right back into 22 200. 22 200, a level we should all be very familiar with at this point. Considering price has been bumping up against that level all week, all week. It is still a mid structure level, right? So our best opportunities here are still going to be near 100 or 300. Doesn't mean that you can't use 200. It is still a level of interest, but given the current structure, my preference would be for 300 or 100. Now, this morning, as we get into the open here, price is right near that prior day high. So what I'm going to be looking at is how price responds to prior day high, the 22 200 area, as well as last week's high, 22 225 or so, roughly. And what we want to see, or what I'm going to be looking at, is whether buyers can show a continuation essentially of yesterday's bounce and this overnight move up into 22 300. That's going to be the focus. Now we do have MCS at 10 a.m., so maybe a slower open here until 10 a.m. Something to keep in mind. We're right here into 22 200 now with about 90 seconds till the open. So we'll see how price responds to this level and take it from there. All right, 15 seconds till the open. Let's see. Let's see what we're working with. 22,200 is the level to watch. Yeah, VWAP right down there, 176. We do have a slight gap higher, though still within that prior day's range. Session volume point of control down there at 150. Should look at that 5-minute RTH. We can see that the small overnight gap fills at 122. Another open starting with some weakness. That's been the theme the past 4 days. Weak open. There's that session volume point of control. Gap is almost filled, as we can see on that 5-minute. Then we start to get into 22,100. Big volume. It is OPEX Friday as well. Just FYI. Friendly reminder. OPEX Friday. If that means anything to you. Friendly reminder. That's right, Dom. Spot on, spot on. Little bounce there from session volume point of control into the underside of VWAP. VWAPy. There's Christopher. He's probably already long. Dom's had his coffee, that's for sure. Dom has had his coffee. Where's Mish this morning? I haven't seen Mish yet. All right, so session volume point of control holding for now. 22,150. See if we get a little continuation here up through VWAP. Up through VWAPy. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. So NQ just kind of bopping between session volume point of control and VWAP. There's some more sellers stepping in. So we get back into that session low. 30 inches of snow. Oh my goodness. You can't even go snowboarding or anything either. Jeez, man. I think I would probably move, to be honest. I don't know if I'm built for that. Not sure about that one. NQ, new low of day. Dom's already slapping the short. Let's see how this 22,100 is going to trade. Here we come into the overnight low. What's that overnight low? 103. Yeah, it was a pretty nice short, Dom. Nicely done. Nice work. That was a nice play. I like it. Noodle entry. Noodle. Noodle entry. We got the D-wall entry and we got the noodle entry. NQ coming into overnight low, 22,103. Watching the reaction here near 100 in the overnight low. Still cash, personally. Still all cashed. There's my morning. Seen a lot of great opportunities later in the morning, so if you're feeling FOMO, just remember we got all day. We have all day. Would not mind seeing a true test of that 22-100 here. See if we get it. There's your overnight low. And Q undercutting that overnight low. We're into 22-100. So if this area fails, you'd be looking at prior day low. Prior day low area. Oh, we do have prior day volume point of control and then another level of interest before prior day low. Forgot how large that move was there. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. Opening 15-minute bar, getting ready to close here in about 2.5 minutes. Quite bearish so far. So just cautious. First 30-minute directional move. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see if buyers start to pay up or not. I prefer a reversal past 10 a.m. It's typically my preference. But we do have the location for it if they decide to show up here. So no rush. No rush, man. We got MCS at 10. Yeah, 5 minutes actually looking really good if that can close as a hammer. Nice hammer with some follow through. There's our session high 188. PMI in 1 minute. That's a good shout. Got some 9:45 data here. 30 seconds. So 5 minute closes as a doji. But so far, buyers defending 100. And we're back into session volume point of control area. 50% intraday fib. Looks like that 945 print, just a nothing burger. Nothing berg. Okay, there's that 50% fib. Session volume point of control. Let's see if sellers reload here. See if sellers hit the old reload. So far, buyers have done a pretty good job defending 100. It's that level they need to hold for the higher time frame structure. Sportscaster. Yeah, I kind of have a monotone voice. That's what you mean. $38 fib at 150. From the overnight high, Dom? What are you talking about? Where are you at? See, that's the problem with fibs right there. Overnight high to low of day. Okay. Thought so. I like to see buyers break through this area. We may need MCS behind us, to be honest. Michigan consumer sentiment in 10 minutes. There's your seller stepping back in. Did not quite get into that VWAP. But session volume point of control respected with the fib sell zone. If you put your fib on the RTH session, Dom, you'll have the fib sell zone right there. Right there. NQ into the lows. There's your new low of day. Friday volume point of control next up. That's your next level. If we see acceptance beneath 100, session volume point of control. This one includes the overnight, this main screen here. It's including your overnight action. That's the main one I use. I do have the RTH also on the 5 minute here, but primarily Primarily look at the extended. Buyer's looking for that little spring setup there. Let's see, what time is it? We got about 7.5 minutes till 10 a.m. Intraday, obviously a downtrend. NQ right here, still in a key area. This may need a little time here. May need some time. The old congestion zone we talked about yesterday, right in this area. Monitor the 5 minute. Yeah. I'd like to see a hammer. Give me a hammer. Show me a hammer. The old hamski. At this point, just waiting for MCS. I gave it a couple of attempts down there. Tried it twice for some light gains. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It was pre 10 a.m. reversals. I want some more follow through because that pre 10 a.m. directional move will typically show continuation. So if you're gonna fight that pre 10 a.m., you want some immediate follow through. Otherwise, what I do is trail quite tightly, nice and tight. Not a wait and see sort of trade. You can see NQ coming back into the lows now. Case in point right there. So let's see MCS. Let's see it. Yeah, MCS usually moves. Definitely. You get some decent movement with that MCS. Okie dokie. You're scared? Candles can't hurt you, man. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. Your girl will still love you if you take a stop. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. NQ, new low of day. And we have 2 minutes till 10 a.m. 2 till 10. We're looking at the reaction here at 22,100 and the overnight low. Remember, there's near-term structure low, so I just want to see, are buyers gonna be able to defend this area? If not, then that means we have a lower high in the making here. So let's see what we get. 1 minute till MCS. I'm cashed up or cashed up. 2 trades so far. Nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy there. All right, 30 seconds. Right into the lows, new lows being made into that prior day volume point of control. Irvin caught that short. Nicely done. Nicely done. So we're still looking at 100 here. It's the main focus. A little bit of volatility with MCS, but from a location standpoint, pretty much still here. Still here, still here. Check out that next 5-minute bar here. If we get that big hammer. Dom, you're out of here. Take care, man. Have a good weekend. See you on Monday, sir. So buyers, they're looking for this area to clear. Some sellers sitting through here. Unable to really show acceptance above 22,100 now post 10 a.m. So that continues to be the main focus area. Again, more of a fight for price here near 22,100, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Fight for price, fight for price. We want to see if there's going to be any acceptance shown above 100. And if not, sellers probably want to see that 025 level of interest down there. 22,025. 5-minute does not close as a hammer. Pretty close in shape, but not quite, not quite. So far, I'm still just with the two trades here. How's everyone's morning? How we doing? How we doing? Staying green? Sitting in cash? Sitting pretty, one trade green, 0 for 2, small paper cuts. It's all good. Christopher, 2 for 2, very nice. Check out the other indices. So ES, yeah, big sell, pretty much big selling across the board here. Russell pounding the lows. Russell's through that prior day low. You got YM down well beneath prior day low, and then ES coming into prior day low as well. So we got market wide weakness this morning. And NQ coming back into session lows here. No break of the low. A little more churn here near that prior day volume point of control. We've not had a green 5-minute candle closure all session. Look at this. Pure red. This is going to be the first one here right now. TBD. TBD. I have no crystal ball. No crystal ball here, unfortunately. Reclaim of 200. Got to start with a reclaim of the 100. Let's start there. Oh, that's what you meant? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. If we look at the 5-minute RTH, yeah, we may see first 5-minute green closure here of the sesh. Yep, there it is. So NQ, this is still an inside day, right? Yesterday we did have an expansion move. Today we're still within that range. So with that 5-minute hammer, green hammer, let's see if 100 actually gets reclaimed here. So looking at that structure. Okay. There's your overnight low. So I like a reclaim of this area with some sort of market structure, maybe a higher low, something like that. D-Wall is going for 130, 22, 130. He likes that fib sell zone. Check out that 15-minute closing up here in about 2 minutes. And sellers reload there. 22,100 overnight low. That's why you wait for a break above with extension and then your entry. 5-minute going barcode, yeah, a little bit. NQ back near that prior day volume point of control. Irvin got that short. Nice. Well done, man. Have a great weekend. Well done. Well done. Stacking it up. Stacking it up. Still just with the 2 trades this morning on the personal account. Main focus right now is, like I've said a few times, I like action above 22,100. So far, we are seeing some fairly responsive buyers versus prior day volume point of control. Still got a little espresso left. That's always nice. So volume's still solid. Volume not a concern right now. Just the action is, at least for what I like to see, not that great. A lot of churn here, a lot of indecision. Sellers have been unable to make a fresh low, which is definitely significant. That MCS blip did mark the session low, at least here in the near term. How's our profile doing? Oh, we still got a while before that volume point of control shifts lower. Okay. Don't trade in no man's land. Yes, sir. That's right. That is right. It's like that movie 1917. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Don't want to go into no man's land. Looks like NQ getting back into the session low. So if sellers can flush the low, be looking at the reaction here into this area 22025. We got the level of interest right there. We did just see, take a look at that first print below the minimum volume threshold there a couple minutes ago. NQ new low of day. Here we go. So like I was mentioning earlier, failure to show acceptance above that 100. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Yep, sellers in control. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So still here within prior day's range. Do have some support in this area. Prior day value area low. Typically just treat that as a reference point. Mostly interested in this 025 level of interest. NQ making new lows now. So if we see that failure here, we're looking at 21,970, which is your prior day low zone. PDL. Nice uptick in volume. Still have only had one green 5-minute closure the whole morning. The whole morning. And there's your new low of day. So pretty limited response at 025 so far. Again, your next downside levels 21,970. New lows, new lows, new lows, fresh lows past 10 a.m. With the 15-minute just showing 4 or 5 consecutive broad red bars here. Not a move you really want to be fighting, if you ask me. Not something you really want to fight. NQ getting into 22K. Might be a psychological level. But I'd be interested in this area, 970. Let's see how the other indices are doing. Yeah, ES down through prior day low, pretty much no bid in ES. Russell continues the sell. And then Dow, a little consolidation there, but it looks like it may press the lows here as well. Yeah, no reversal just yet. Typically in this sort of scenario, I need to see something on the higher time frames. So at the very least, the 5-minute, but ideally 15-minute or 30-minute. before getting involved. Let's see what this 970 has for us. 21,970. Yeah, right back into the lows. 21,992 current low. So, like I had mentioned if you're in the think tank, like I had mentioned in the pre-market prep notes this morning, if we see that daily closure below 100, that's going to shift that near-term backdrop. So this is still the key area for near-term structure. There's a little bit of a bounce there. Let's see if the 025 is going to be reclaimed with this new 30-minute bar. Officially 1 hour into the sesh. Still just with 2 little longs for the day there. Way up there. At this point, need some proof that buyers are actually stepping in before I place another trade. So that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, there's your new low of day. Look at that 5 minute. One very, very small green bar. One tiny green bar. Getting into 970 and that prior day low is where it'll get more interesting, if you ask me. Nice little push there versus that 970 level. Decent little push. Let's see if the 025 gets reclaimed. Oh, just another lower high. We do have a lot more volume being done down here. Look at your profile. Look at that profile. So if we see buyers break 025, that would be significant, at least for this morning structure. As we start to get into 11 a.m., may have that second 5-minute green closure here of this sesh. Oh my goodness. 1 minute till that candle closes. Yeah, keep an eye on the profile. If you see volume point of control shift down here, that'll be significant in the near term, most definitely. 15-minute currently shaped like a doji as well. So buyers have an opportunity here to shape this thing up a little bit better. Do they actually show up is the question. Where's our shallow fib? Yeah, first shallow fib's right there at 025 as well. So it's a little fight for price here near 22K. Psychological level, of course. Not yet showing a true test of 970 or the prior day low. So you can't rule that out yet. Definitely can't rule that one out. Seems like your RTH session volume point of control, maybe another 5-minute candle in this area, and it could flip. Let's see. Kind of curious to see this here. That was the second, just the second 5-minute green closure of the sesh right there. Short-term bottom, I'd want to see that session volume point of control shift down here. And then I was looking at that potentially a green 15-minute closure. Definitely looked much better about 4 minutes ago, but that's why you don't do candlestick analysis until the candle's closed. NQ right back into the lows. There's your new low of day. We get into 970. And then prior day low next up, 951. 951 is your prior day low. Here it comes. Now, so buyers definitely tried there near 22K. And they just got steamrolled. Steamrollered. There's your prior day low. Big volume uptick. Maybe the highest volume of the sesh. So prior day low, that last reference point looks like pretty much no bid there so far. Then it gets down into 850. So watch this prior day low reaction here for probably the next 5 minutes. See how buyers look through here, if they show up at all. And if not, it'll be time for me to call it a morning. Because like I was saying earlier, needs time. Structure needs time. Those reversals take time. Need some sort of 15-minute closure that is bullish, right? There you go, back into 970. Does 970 hold? Decent little bounce there. That's a spring with the prior day low, right? Probably want to raise those trails depending on how you entered. Took a very aggressive entry. Reclaim of the prior day low. Got my trail below 970 now. I'm going to raise it just beneath 975. I'll let them have it right there. I'm out. Not bad. Not bad. We'll take it. We will take it. So 3 trades so far this morning. All 3 long. Life of a long only. Looks like I trailed a tad too tight, but I'm okay with that. Given the weakness we've seen so far this morning, can always get back in, right? But you can't always get those profits back. So I'd rather lock them in, look for a new entry. That's just my preference. All right, Steve, have a good weekend, man. Take care. Nice push here. Nice push. Definitely trailed too tight. That's part of the game, though. That's real life trading. Christopher, you get in there? Let's see the entry. See, now we actually have some responsive buyers. Look at that 5 minute. No, you chickened out? Chickened? Chickened out, man? There's a shallow fib. All right, so 970 in the prior day low, stay on watch. Sellers kind of reloaded here at that first shallow fib. Intraday structure remains a downtrend. Price has yet to break one of the most recent lower highs. A reclaim of this area would be very significant, at least for today's structure. So let's see. Coming into 11 a.m. See what 11 a.m. has in store for us. What are the other indices doing? Any bounce? Nope. RTY just nonstop puke. YM sitting on the lows. ES down near the lows as well. So NQ gave us a decent, what was that, 60-point bounce there? Coming back into 970. Vertical VWAPs, yeah. VWAP is a long way off here. There's 970. So like I was saying earlier, if we see prior day low fail, if we see some acceptance below what is the current session low, that'll be a wrap for me. That will be a wrap. Wrap it up after that. Don't want to spend all day fighting a intraday downtrend with a larger structural breakdown, right? It's not a good time. It's never a good time. So we got about 5 minutes till 11 a.m. We'll see how this 970 is going to be treated here in the next 4 minutes or so. Level of interest. We got Trump speaking, Mish, or he's done. Uncertain. Unclear. I don't see anything in the feeds. Finished 10 minutes ago. Okay. All righty. Thank you for the heads up. How's our profile looking? Can we get that profile to move? Can we get that volume point of, yeah, not too far off. Maybe 2 more minutes at that 22K. We'll see volume point of control shift lower. It will indeed shift lower. Let's see this 11 a.m. next 30-minute bar. Looks like we may finally see the first green 15-minute closure of this session. I mean, look at this 15-minute chart. Mer. It's our ATR. We're 304 right now. 304 points on the day for the extended hours session. ATR is currently 347. So we're almost a full ATR move, 88%. Not bad. We're getting there. You want to MERP up? MERP. Maybe right here at 11 a.m. All right, let's see. Get the 11 a.m. MERP. You have to send me some of your profits. There we go. There we go. Do you get a refund if you take an L? No. No, no, no. No, you gotta share the wins, but own all the losses. That's how it goes. If you have any longs from 970, level of interest is a good spot to trim. I took all of mine off right there. There we go. Finally. Finally getting some points on the board. Oh, it's turned into a nice day here. Just took a little patience. Just took a little bit of patience, huh? Let's see, 22025. So you really just needed that green 15-minute closure. Tom said took long enough. Yeah, sure did. Didn't want to get lower hide. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Mish. What gave me conviction right there was the significance and the strength of this bounce. That was pretty explosive. I'd mentioned as that was underway that my comment was, "Oh, there's buyers actually finally showing up. Look how explosive that is." And then we're in really good location for it as well. And then on top of that, sometimes around 11 a.m. you'll get that kind of bit of a reversal. So not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So now we actually have green 15-minute closure, first one of the session down here. You have a 30-minute green hammer. Buyers have a good setup here to show some follow through. Let's see if they actually do or if they squander it. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing that session volume point of control shift down into this area and then price continue to hold above it. That would signal a bit of accumulation down here. Let's see what we get. So far, 22025 rejecting. No surprise. Pretty clean level to level move. Level to level. It's also the prior day value area low. If you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, right back into 970. Yeah, I was hoping for just a clean break of 025 where I have these yellow lines here. It's possible that this becomes our kind of late morning, afternoon range. That's kind of the thought right now. Is that the base? Is that going to be the base right there? No crystal ball, unfortunately, so can't say for sure. Maybe another higher low right here, kind of not quite into that 970. No, no crystal ball. No crystal ball, just 25,000 hours of watching price action. That's about it. Literally 25,000 hours. 10 years worth. Trump speak at 11:30. All right, that's good info. About what does it say? Tariffs, trade. Those are the big ones. Those are the real deal, market moving. Posted in the tank. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably not about trade. All right, thanks. Alrighty, alrighty. Volume's still pretty good. Still have some pretty good volume here. We're looking at 970. We're looking at the prior day low. We're looking at 22,025. Kind of thinking that this may settle into kind of a late morning base, late morning range. That's the initial thought. I want to see if this volume point of control is going to shift here. Probably any second now. And then once it does shift, how does price respond? Above or below? That may have been your 970 retest right there. How's everyone's day? How we doing? How many people are in here? We got 35. 35 people. How's the day, folks? How's the morning? Oh, right back into 970. Rich, good to see you, man. Green. Martin Green. Beautiful. There's your session volume point of control shift. Finally. Goodness. There it is. There it goes. There's your 970 retest. What is this, our third or fourth test of 970? So if this ends up being that late morning base we talked about, probably want to focus on prior day low, that session low. DCA, the 970, not for me. No, no. It's likely that my morning is done here. I'll consider trades down here. Prior day low, session low, kind of like that spring sort of setup. Or I'm liking the action above 025. This 970 is still a level of interest, but as of right now, I'm kind of more expecting this to turn into a late morning range. Could be wrong on that, but it's kind of the idea as of right now. So we'll see. We will see. We do still have that 30-minute hammer that did close slightly green. So I do think we'll see easier trades as far as longs are concerned, easier trades up above that 30-minute high, which is the 025, right? And if that transpires, I'd be looking for this area up through here. But 970 still holding, Rich. So if you grab the long, manage accordingly. Five-minute looks better here. Let's see how this 5-minute bar closes. 90 seconds. We got some pretty good action today, all things considered. It's just nice when the market's moving. Hate those slow chop, drift, the drift sort of session. Terrible. At least today, even with the big sell, at least there's movement. We can work with that. Yeah, so 970 held there, no position, like I said. Pretty nice. It's your level, right? Let's see the 025. Back into those local highs right through here. This is a real test for buyers. Can we break above? Can we break above? Get out and push. Yes, sir. uh, Christopher's trimming. Nice. There we go. Yes, this ended up being a pretty nice morning. Pretty nice morning. I think we're over 100 points. So we'll take it. We will take it. 4 trades. Starting to see more of that idea panning out right here. Late morning kind of range, late morning base. I think that's a good spot to call it. So 22025. It's kind of your local highs there. You can keep an eye on the 970 definitely, but my preference would be like prior day low, current session low, right? 950, 940 area. And then this will be like a tradable structure. Session volume point of control is right through here. And then this afternoon, what we want to see is does this resolve higher, or is it just redistribution and resolve lower? That's the game plan for the rest of the day. Hope you guys had a good morning. 2-hour stream today. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. We'll be going again on Monday, of course. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all on Monday.